I want to follow up on something when we're on this bleeding over into misogyny thing. And it comes from the recent New Yorker profile, New York magazine profile of you, which I thought was fascinating and interesting. But the part of it that just leapt off the page for me as a reader was where you and some of your staff folks were quoted in there as saying, okay, Bernie Sanders could get angry at the podium about the fate of the people who are trapped in this globalization automation thing. Trump certainly did that, oversimplifying, getting angry. You couldn't do that because you were a woman. And if a woman does that, it just backfires on her. And it made me think, are we never going to be able to have a woman in politics who can use that technique, which is an effective technique, which shows I'm emotionally kind of with you, just by oversimplifying and getting angry? Is that true? Did you really feel you couldn't do that?
Well, let me say this. You know, I have been on many speaking platforms with many men who are in office or running for office.
Right.
And the crowd gets you going, and you get up there, and I watch my male counterparts, and they beat the podium, and they yell, and the crowd loves it. And a few times I've tried that, and it's been less than successful. Let me just say that. And it's a little maddening because I'm as angry about what's going on, you know, as anybody, because I've seen us go backwards, as I said in the very beginning, about so many things, economic opportunity, advancements in human rights, civil rights, and the rest. Healthcare. So, I mean, I care deeply about this. And I remember when I was doing healthcare back in the day, 93, 94, and we were trying to move an agenda forward. And I went to the American Academy of Pediatrics. And I've always been particularly concerned about what happens to kids who don't get the healthcare they need.
Right.
And I gave a really hot speech, and I got hammered for it repeatedly, because I don't know what the way forward will be for others, Walt, but for me, trying to convey my commitment, my lifelong commitment, and not only that, what I've done. And, you know, I put up against anybody who ran or thought of running what I've already accomplished compared to what they have on behalf of people. It just is very difficult to go from intensity, passion, emotion to anger. So yeah, try to stay on the other side of that line.